Just a heads up before the video starts, my previous tutorial on how to port Battle for Bikini Bottom Xbox models to the GameCube version of Movie Game is obsolete. You do not need 3ds Max, you can just use Industrial Park on a HIP containing the models you want to convert, and use the Convert Archive button to change it to a model that'll work in the movie game. This way is better because it retains some of the shaders used in the Battle for Bikini Bottom Xbox version. And you're going to see what that looks like in this video. So, yeah. On to the video now. Salutations, Proboscis2 here. Here with a tutorial I think everyone should be aware of on how to port Scooby-Doo's Night of 100 Frights enemy models to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game on GameCube. Now, porting models from Night of 100 Frights to Battle for Bikini Bottom is simple enough because Battle for Bikini Bottom is backwards compatible with the version of renderware that Night of 100 Frights uses. However, if you try to import them in their normal state to the movie game, it'll crash the game. I've tried this several times and I couldn't find a way around it until now. And the way around it is we have to use a tool from the official renderware 3.7, what is it? Graphics SDK called clmpview. Now what we're gonna do with clmpview is open up the DFF from Scooby-Doo, then dump it, and it will dump it in the version that movie game uses, which is 3500, renderware version 3500. So first what we need to do is get our model. For this tutorial I will be using the zombie. So let's see here, this hip model, and we need to find his model. So let me click off him. Is he clicked off? No. Get there. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so okay, so what we need to do first is go to edit. No, wait, that's the wrong. Export raw, and find your Clump view folder. Mine's in documents, RW, graphics, viewers, Clump view, and we're going to put it in the models folder, and we're going to name it Dice. This is important. Now okay, this is why it's like that. Now we go to edit data on the DFF and see what textures it has. So it has this one. Then we go look for that texture. Here it is. And then we go to export and export the PNG in the Dice texture folder in the models. Save it. And there we go. Now open Clump view. I use the Direct 3D 8. I think it's DirectX 3D version. I think that's what you need in order to use this, but there's also an OpenGL version. So you may need DirectX or OpenGL, whatever. I'm not sure how that works, but I already have it, so it doesn't matter for me. Now we have our model. Now what you're gonna want to do is do not spin it around, because if you spin it around like I'm doing right now, it'll export that way. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to reopen it. Now press the space bar and use the arrow keys to select the dump clump option. Then press the left arrow key on your keyboard. There we go. And you will see that it has exported it as new.dff. So I'm going to rename it to, well, I don't need to capitalize it, zombie bind. Okay. And it's important that you export the textures and put them in that folder. Otherwise, well, when you import the model into the movie game, it won't have the texture. So, yeah. Now, I just closed out of. Oh well, here it is. I need to keep this open so I can copy over an animation. So I'm going to, well, first of all, if we open up the zombie bind, you'll see that it is the correct renderware version, which is important. That's why it's crashing, because it's not the right renderware version. So now we need to open up a level that we want to import the zombie into, and I already have one open. This is custom level where I was testing out some NPCs. See, we have Bubble Buddy, Don Knotts, Shaggy, Velma, or not Velma, Daphne, Mr. Krabs. I think that's it. So, let's see. Here's the hip. But I don't think the animation tables and minfs are in there. So, I'm going to copy one of these. Let's do Daphne. Add a new layer, paste, get rid of the duplicate model, we don't need it. And we're going to change the headers. Damn. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. Minf, do the same thing. Back hurts. Okay. Now we are going to import the model. Zombie bind, copy the asset ID, then go back to the minf and paste it in the model asset ID. And I should also do the same with the animation table. Get out of here. Okay. Well, I also need to get the textures, so let me see the Scooby hip again. I'm gonna need to export RW3. I'm gonna name it Zombie. Or Zombie, I guess. I don't care enough to correct it. And I'm just gonna delete everything that I don't need. This may take a while. Let's see. Well, there's the zombie texture. I don't want to delete that. Ah, well, I guess I gotta do this again. Okay, there we go. Now, set up TXT version and change it to the version that the movie game uses. 3702 build A. Accept. Save it. Then import it into your custom hip. Let's see. Or not hip, hop, because we're modding a Spongebob game. Now I'm gonna duplicate a character I already have. Let's do Daphne. Duplicate. Edit header. You don't have to edit the header, I just like to. We're gonna change it to Zombie. Well, it's not capitalized. Okay. Then we're gonna edit data. This is a Dyna asset, by the way. And we're gonna change Daphne bind to cap locks. Zombie bind. And if we look, there he is. We're gonna put him in front of Squidward's house, I suppose. Let's put him next to Mr. Krabs. Like that. Now we need to find an animation for him. Now, the problem with Scooby-Doo animations is that some of them cause the game to crash, so we have to find one that works. I do lots of testing to make sure animations work, and I've compiled a list of which ones do and don't crash the game. And I'm still currently compiling it, but let's look for a zombie animation. And here they are. I think I want to use stunned, so copy that, paste it. Yeah, that's... what the f*** is this? Okay, let's try that again. Alright, I'm gonna close this and see if that fixes the problem. Open it back up. Copy, paste. Okay, there. Not sure why that happened. Copy the asset ID. I'm gonna make sure that I'm still recording real quick. Ah! Okay, yeah, I am. And go to the animation table, edit data. And for this tutorial, I'm just gonna copy and paste it over all of these. Paste. There. Alright. Save that. We're done now, so I will show you what that looks like in-game.
Whose big idea was this? Mine!
It was mine, Fleabag.
Uh-oh! Houston! We have a problem!
Adios, amigo.
McDonald's celebrates the launch of DreamWorks Shrek the Third. Only we can throw a party like this.
Need more Ranch BLT premium chicken sandwiches.
With hickory smoked bacon and creamy ranch dressing for a taste that really rocks.
Oh!
Look out! Doggy in the house.
Alright, here we are on the game, and I'll be honest, I tested this ahead of time. It works. So, yeah. Oh, I gotta click on the window. I know some of you have a problem with the widescreen. Well, it's not really widescreen. It just looks that way because I wanted to make it look like it was widescreen because I don't like using the code because it makes it look like it's a fisheye lens. But anyways, I'll just zoom in using the camera for this. You can see the zombie is working. So is Mr. Krabs, but I gotta test to see if you can add their animations for being hit back in. I haven't tested that yet. I don't think it'll work, but it might. It'd be nice if I could get that working, but here is just a level where I was testing some NPCs. They don't do anything when you press the R button. Turn my monitor down. Not sure why Bubble Buddy is so small. Was he that small in the original? I don't know. He looks smaller to me. I mean, he looks like a midget compared to Don Knotts. Spooky groundskeeper. Shaggy here. Looks like a action figure. Kind of feels a little surreal playing this level in the Spongebob movie game with these models. But yeah. So that is pretty much all I have for today. That is how to port Scooby-Doo's Night of 100 Frights models to the Spongebob movie game on GameCube. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.